Hello and welcome, this is MT from Oceania, Aman Thul, and you're watching 11 Freehold. I still haven't picked a name for this channel, so if somebody wants to help pick a name, let me know. We're going to be talking about Freehold, Fortified with Teeming, Quaking, and Reaping. As you know, this is the idea of these is to help people that might not be achieving 10s, show some alternative strats, and just generally help people with reliable routes that are going to get you on the timer but maybe not a +2 or a +3. So we'll start off with, I like to take the low road. I know a lot of strats have you taking the high road, go up, do the first 3 pulls, go up the stairs, bring the first pack down, sneak around the side and then get the pack before the boss. I actually prefer the low road because you do your first pull straight away, you go through, you pull the second pack, and then as you see here, hug the right, go onto the bridge and grab the pack right before the bridge, including the enforcer. It makes it harder because there's less room to move around, but on the upshot, as soon as you've killed this pack, regardless of whether it's teaming or not, you will get your reaping, and you can deal with the reaping on the bridge. It's nice and convenient, and you know that you're not going to run into it at any point before the next boss. So here's our reaping coming through. We just knocked this over. Again, on the bridge with Quaking, it's a bit tight. Demon Hunter Sierra was less than impressed with my choice here, but tough, sorry. Now we run into our first fuck up of the event. We've gone through, I've picked these up, and whether it was I wasn't watching what our healer was doing or whatever, I just didn't get any heals and ended up dying, and then our druid died before they could res me. So, sorry Phil, sorry guys. That's my bad. That's exactly what it looks like when a tank isn't watching. Little release, little run back. Thing I've found really critical with these runs is just to not freak out just because you had a bit of a fuck up. Come back, kill the pack, and move on. One of the most annoying things about the packs in Freehold is the enforcer mobs that sit there and throw you around. I don't know if other tanks run into that as well, where they just fucking hate doing the enforcers because of that. It can be difficult to get your group to stack up, especially on Quaking weeks. Tearing into the first boss is a good time to blow your hero as soon as he lands. We usually get it over and done with right now. Once he's done, we can start moving through the rest of the instance. This guy's actually really easy, and taking the low road does limit your space a little bit. Like obviously we can't now go towards the front half of the platform, but as you can see it doesn't really cause us any hassles. Now we run into our second fuck up of the instance, again me. I tasked our druid Phil, our wonderful GM, with going off and tagging all the dogs, because it is the dog event week. She can obviously stealth. Slightly neglected to tell her that actually maybe you want to wait until you've killed this trash pack before you go do that. So I've yoinked everything and it's just gone to shit. Whoops. Again, nothing major to freak out about. It does make it harder. It does mean that now we don't have any buffer for the rest of the instance. We've literally blown all of our fuck up quota in the first 15 minutes of the run. But the route we take through here does give us enough room to have 2 full wipes and recover and still get back in time to finish everything off. So we come around the back, knock over the rats. Phil's finishing off with the dogs. Grab the last rat controller. Oh, I'm still recovering from a cold too, so if I sound nasally and snotty, yeah, that's why. So we'll see here, fell trying to sneak in. This last pack's a bit hard. We could have actually sent our mage in with his.
Just run over it.
I was
Would
trying
have
to trigger
saved
the
us a
dog
death,
before
but
I
at
died.
the time we weren't really thinking about
That
that.
was the right move.
So there goes me off to just quickly nab the dog, open the cage, and then we'll get moving again once we've got fell up. Let's quickly clean up this trash here. I put a marker up just to remind everyone that when we're doing the boss, especially because it's Eudora, don't jump over there. And then, oh, hello reaping. So on non-teeming weeks, you'd normally have had reaping already behind the hut upstairs. Teeming weeks, it's going to happen somewhere on this ramp. Not too hard to deal with. There's plenty of places to line aside everything, so we just nuke it all down. A couple of things about this boss that I've discovered recently that are probably no duh to anyone that does these regularly, but whatever. With these barrels, DBM hadn't actually been showing a notification for the good bad barrels, so I've been calling them manually. What I didn't realise is that you don't want to have the boss in the swirly either if you can avoid it. But you do want to try and put the boss in the bad swirlies, so the caustic barrels, because those debuffs can affect the boss. At least that's what I've been told, and that's what I've observed. The barrels, the caustic and the boosting, etc. barrels make a big difference to how quickly you can knock over this fight. Really important on tyrannical weeks that you actually use them. We suck at actually using them, so you'll notice most of us just not standing in them. Boss cleared, nip up to the left. I've been liking this left route. The whole trash arrangement in here has basically come about because of reaping. Try and get exactly the right amount of trash to have 1 or 2 mobs left at the last boss, regardless of whether it's teaming or not. The idea being that you want to try and get your reaping around the arena, and then try and get another reaping sort of as you're crossing the bridge towards the last boss, and then clear that last boss, and then kill a couple mobs so you skip that last reaping. Easy. So we bring everything down, start the event off, save us the RP time, because they're just going to sit there and talk about how wonderful lightning is. And because we suck at grabbing greased up pigs, the event usually takes a bit longer than it should. This guy here, this turtle guy, is a real fucking shit on Fortified weeks. And he's 9,000 times worse on reaping because he comes back with an enormous health pool too. So we're trying something a little different here. We're actually going to save hero. Normally we'd burn it on him or on the boss. We're actually going to save it until the reaping, because that way we can pull a couple of really big health mobs with the reaping, burn everything down, and that way we get through that last reaping a little bit quicker. This is where we see Emteevee being an absolutely shit tank and just standing in everything. I'm just going to stand in the Sharknado, stand in the sharks attacking me, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's Fortified week, the boss doesn't hit all that hard. So yoink a couple of big mobs in. Sia does a quick calculation and figures out that that one extra mob will be enough to trigger the reaping, so he yanks that in as well. Smash that down. And hello reaping. So now we burn hero, try and get it all down as quick as we can. Especially with the turtle mob, this reaping's just a pain in the ass. I mean look, he's still fucking alive. We used hero, burned everything, and he still had 25% health left. So now back up top, we can skip the pat, we can skip the pack on the left, we grab this as one giant pack. So this is actually a pat that goes up and down this platform here. Doesn't have to be pulled as a giant pack. I like pulling it as a big pack if I can get away with it. Just nukes it all down quickly.
There's half a reaping.
Yeah.
Penny doing a fucking clutch save on my ass here. And I want to just quickly show this jump, because a lot of the guys in our guild screw it up. I know a lot of guys in other guilds screw it up. Jumping off the end here, as you're coming up, slow it right down, right on that edge. So right as the stairs start to drop down. The timing's important. You want to be landing right at those pillars. You see our mage there, Sakul's just sort of come off the edge instead of jumping. That's an ass pull. That's always going to pull this trash. Not a major deal. The trash route that I've sort of planned out here accounts for having pulled that. If you don't ask pull that, you can pull the pack before the last boss. Whoop-de-doo. So wrap that pack up, have a quick look at the percentage, go, yep, okay, it's reaping time, bam. So this will be our last reaping for the dungeon, so just smash it out. We're looking at the timer kind of going, this is still very doable. Alright, we've got 4 and a bit minutes, no reason we can't achieve this. And then quick slow-mo of Penny doing a clutch save. Bam! And then that last pack there, 2 enforcers. Again, I don't know about other tanks, I fucking hate enforcers, so I like to try and get everything CC'd in that pack as much as I can. Use 1 sleep, 1 hex, 1 sheep. Lock everything out, just pull the enforcers and nuke them down. Do them downstairs so that you're not getting kicked around the boss's arena and potentially accidentally pulling other trash. It's all about just trying to make sure that we're not fucking up and making accidents happen, or putting ourselves in situations where an accident can just wipe us. Blitz down this trash, and that's going to leave us with a couple of percent. Go in, smash the boss. Bam, done. Now we don't have hero for this boss because we blew it late. Normally we'd have hero on this boss. I'm still not sold what's the better option. Whether it's better to use hero for that reaping, get the reaping knocked out so that you're not potentially dying, dealing with overhealing, whatever. Quick turn around there, mark up the pack that we're going to go kill, and then back on the boss. And boss dead, go pull the last trash. And that's going to wrap up this dungeon quite nicely. We don't have to deal with the last reaping, it's all just gets smashed down, and once you kill enough mobs for the trash percentage, the rest of it resets. So look, hey, thanks guys, thanks for watching, thanks for coming along. This is our other regular group that we run. We sort of mix and match between the 2 groups.
Yeah, we get that nice. Nicely done.
Thanks everyone for coming along to these M pluses and making them happen. This was the highest M plus that Sakul had done, and I think maybe fell. Keeping on practicing these is what's going to keep getting our keys up each week and getting us better. So hey, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much.
Siege 12. Look available if